My name's Alex Shieh, and I'm a rising junior at Brown University, one of the most exclusive institutions in the world. But I'm not here to glorify the Ivy League. I'm here to warn you that the promise of American higher education, of opportunity through meritocracy, is under attack. I'm a legacy student at Brown. I went to a prep school that feeds to the Ivy League, and my parents are doctors who can afford the $93,000 a year sticker price. In other words, I'm exactly who the Ivy League was built for. But what about the kids who weren't born on third base? Statistically speaking, for a smart kid from a poor family, an Ivy League degree can power their ascent to the upper income brackets better than anything else. That's the American dream. But today, that dream is now a luxury good. According to the New York Times, at Brown, the median student's family makes over $200,000 a year. Half the student body comes from the top 5% of earners. And research by Brown's own professor, John Friedman, shows that even equally qualified low-income students are vastly underrepresented.
The ivory tower is crumbling. A brave student just exposed the massive financial rot inside the Ivy League. The cost of education is now a national crisis. For decades, the American dream was tied to the campus green. But something changed. At elite institutions like Brown University, the price of entry has spiraled into the stratosphere. We are looking at costs exceeding $90,000 per year. This is not just inflation. It is a systemic failure of the highest order. While family savings are drained, university endowments have swelled to record levels. The promise of social mobility has been replaced by a wall of debt. Middle-class families are being squeezed out of the very rooms where the next generation of leaders is supposedly forged. This is a targeted exclusion, a barrier built on exorbitant tuition that serves only the few, while the many are left to wonder where the value truly lies. The traditional path, once clear and paved with merit, is now obscured by a cloud of financial instability and broken promises. Enter Alex Shieh, a young man who refused to remain silent in the face of institutional decay. Seated before a congressional committee, Shieh did not offer platitudes. He offered an indictment. Dressed in a sharp blue suit, with the weight of a generation on his shoulders, he spoke with a precision that left the room silent. His brows furrowed as he detailed the fiscal mismanagement occurring behind ivy-covered walls. This was not a protest of slogans, but a testimony of facts. He gestured toward the record, pointing to the massive gap between what students pay and what they receive. She described a landscape where education has taken a back seat to bureaucracy. His voice, steady and grave, echoed through the paneled halls of the Capitol. He was not just a student, he was a messenger for every American family, tired of being treated like an automated teller machine. The numbers Shieh presented are nothing short of staggering. Brown University is facing a $46 million deficit. How is this possible? The answer lies in the administrative expansion. Shieh revealed a ratio that should alarm every taxpayer: one non-instructional staff member for every 2 undergraduate students. This is a parasitic growth within the system. We see funds being diverted away from the classroom and into the pockets of a legion of administrators. While students struggle, the athletic director reportedly earns a salary in the neighborhood of $1 million. This is administrative bloat in its most extreme form. It is a structure designed to sustain itself, not to enlighten the student body. The institution has transformed into a political patronage network, where ideological enforcement is funded by the usurious tuition of the very people it claims to serve. It is a house of cards, built on the backs of the hard-working. The fallout from this testimony is only beginning. Shieh has called for the subpoena of the university president. He is demanding transparency, a full accounting of where every dollar goes. This is no longer just a campus dispute. It is a matter of federal oversight. There are growing calls for investigations into antitrust violations and the misuse of federal funding. If these institutions are to receive public support, they must answer to the public. The days of unaccountable spending must come to an end. Critics argue that the current model is in intense opposition to the very concept of a merit-based society. They aim to dismantle the ideology that prioritizes a diversity of administrators over a diversity of thought. The pressure is mounting, and the demand for systemic failure to be corrected is reaching a fever pitch. We are witnessing the first real strike against the institutional capture of our higher learning centers. What happens next will define the future of the American intellect. Will we allow our heritage to be sold off to the highest bidder? Or will we demand a return to true education? Alex Shieh's departure from Brown is not a defeat. It is a neutralization of the status quo's power over his voice. He has stepped outside the system to save it. This is a call to action for every patriot who believes in meritocracy. We must support those who stand against the conditioning of our youth. We must demand that our universities return to their core mission, the pursuit of truth, not the pursuit of administrative expansion. The road ahead is long, but the light of transparency has finally been shown into the darkest corners of the Ivy League. We will continue to watch. We will continue to report, and we will never stop demanding accountability for the future of our nation. The truth is coming, and it will not be silenced.